So before we talk about Mr. President, I gotta address something that's really interesting about the YouTube season 2, because as I said, I bought the first one when it came out. Yeah, I bought the first season when it came out on YouTube before it even came to Max. And now both seasons are on Max, but I just want it on my YouTube anyways. I prefer watching things on YouTube. And also I want to support it. As soon as I got some money, I bought season 2. And season 2 has Mr. President as episode 1, season 2. And that's not true. Wembley is episode 1. But I don't know. I don't know what happened. But it does make rewatching it in order inconvenient. But I actually won't mind. When I rewatch this on my own, I won't mind Mr. President's first. Excuse me. Because I don't think Wembley's that great of an episode. As far as season 2, it's a great episode. I think Wembley's actually better than season 1. Like anything out of season 1, I think Wembley's a better episode probably. More or less. But since Wembley feels like a top tier season 1 episode, that means there are a lot of better episodes in season 2. Just because season 2 is peak Smiling Friends. But we come to almost my least favorite episode of all of them. I do believe Mr. President is my second least favorite episode of the entire series, but there is a huge highlight, and that is why it is going above Smiling Friends Go to Brazil. I hate Smiling Friends Go to Brazil, but this episode, I get a little warmed up to it because I love the man who is the president in this episode. I love the actor. I gotta double check his name though. I don't want to misspeak or mispronounce it, because he's a cool dude. As far as I know. And I like his portrayal and his online presence as far as I know. I'm just gonna say I like his portrayal. Okay, I do believe the actor's name is Mike Boschetti. That is MikeBocchetti. Boschetti Mike. Don't know if it's a soft like U sound or a hard long O, because I don't think it's Boschetti. Maybe it is Boschetti. Maybe that's what I'm saying, Boschetti. Boschetti? Mike Boschetti? Boschetti? Sorry for the incorrect pronunciation if it is incorrect. I'll call him Mike Boschetti. I love Mike Boschetti's performance. I don't like his character. I mean, his character, I don't know. This episode just didn't rub me the right way when I first saw it because I don't like politics. So I don't even think it tackles the subject poorly. I think it just tackled something I didn't want to watch. I didn't want politics in my Smiling Friends because it literally just asks questions like, why don't the common people vote? Why you should vote? Why do you care so much? Why are you so hopeful? What does it mean to be a good president? Who can be a good president? Is everyone just bad at being president? Is president something we just shouldn't have? What is this popularity contest? It just adds things I've heard so many times. It doesn't add anything new. I don't know if President Jimbo is a direct stand-in for anyone, because sometimes he feels a little Trumpish. Sometimes he feels a little Biden-ish. I know Mr. Frog feels more like a Trump metaphor, or he could be a Kanye metaphor. It's just someone unhinged who should not be running for president, and that can apply to a lot of people. And there's also a lot of incompetent presidents too that fall under Jimbo, who also has relations with dictators and stuff like that. So it's like there's a bunch of stuff happening that I don't think you can label it as woke, left, right, whatever you think it is. I think it's just actually addressing politics at a base form, with conspiracy theories such as worms running the government, Pim's optimism again, Charlie doesn't care about voting and is kind of persuaded towards the end to care, so that it ends with the middle ground again. Like, we've just seen this so many times. I do love the Mr. Frogs on this episode. I love Mike Boschetti. He's comedically great.
And everyone that trolled me and gave me nasty messages, fuck you! Fuck off! Jag off! Thank you.
I was on the internet seeing the reaction, and people were comparing President Jimbo to basically if Chris Chan had become president, or Chris Chan was in this situation. I do not know much about Chris Chan. I didn't really get that feeling when I saw it, but after seeing people dissect it and seeing some clips, it's like, okay. I was not really just familiar with that person or online personality. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what's here, honestly. What's here in Mr. President. Because it just did not speak to me. There was a time when this episode came out, you could go directly on Twitter or X as it is and tweet at him directly and say, hey, President Jimbo, I loved you as President Jimbo, or just President Jimbo, or hey, Mike Buschetti, love your work, love what you're doing. You could literally just tweet at him and he will respond to you and just be so nice and be like, I appreciate it, you're a great person. He would just be cool. He'd retweet everything, like and retweet everything. So I hope his career's going good. I hope he's well, and I hope nothing bad comes out about him. I really hope that, because if it does, I have no idea what he's done. You can educate me, of course, but I don't know. I just try to view people in the limelight as entertainers and not get too caught up on the personal stuff. But I know people do bad things too, and they should be held accountable. So someone's doing something every day, unfortunately. Can't keep up with every headline. I don't want to talk about the Kanye headlines, the Kanye cousins headlines. Ugh. But what is in this episode? Oh yeah, he shits himself. He becomes the money president. Says, I'm gonna need all that money back. Hey, I'm the money president. Gonna need all that back. He forms an allyship publicly with a dictator because he was gonna shit himself. And that's the whole joke about this character. He eats lamb without a plate or napkins, and he just is eating food in an animated area, in an animated space. He is a live action human eating food and being messy and gross, and is just funny as a character. But I just wished this episode in general was a different, if not better, episode. That's it. That's all I really have to say about this. I feel like there's something else I have to say about this. Oh yeah, I think it was just President Jimbo's story. It's just that Smiling Friends is an interesting timeline, because this is apparently a timeline where Ross Perot won the presidency. And so at some point in their timeline, President Jimbo was vice president to President Pinhead. President Pinhead died eating bad shrimp. Yeah, bad shrimp incident. Excuse me. And so that's how President Jimbo came to be in office, and is not good at being president. He just wants to prove himself for election season that he can be president. By the end, he has the epiphany that he should not be president. And then Mr. Frog is elected president because there was a worm society that was leading him for the beginning, until they found out that frogs eat worms, which is the best continuity I love. That Charlie had to mention how much he loved the show because of the bug eating, and then they freak out because worms are bugs and find out frogs do eat worms. And so they back Jimbo even though he's incompetent. And Jimbo gets what he wants. He gets a good day even though he didn't win the presidency. He just gets to relax on the beach. Crash Bandicoot 2 style, I believe. And it's a beautiful ending piece. It just looks amazing. And I'm happy for the fictitious former president. It makes you feel good. Oh, Glup gets doxxed this episode. That's cool. I mean, it's not cool, but that's the way it ends. Don't dox people. That's not cool. Especially if you're the press. Especially if you're the news. Oh yeah, there's a news reference in this episode of, we would like to remind the audience, do not talk. It does not matter. You are wasting time. There's a real clip that exists, or something like that. Something along those lines. Oh yeah, the boss has barely shown up in this season so far. He just goes batshit and is going to shoot someone because he made a bet on the presidency. Yeah, this episode's just wherever. It's all over the place. It's a whatever episode. Unfortunately, it will be at the bottom of the entire list. It's going to be at the bottom of season 2. I can tell you that. This is a beautiful shot. Beautiful sunset. I think it's hitting me. Yeah, it was like, I already have yellow and orange light on me. Yeah, I have yellow light coming from the light that's been changed. Like the light in the room. I turned it on, and then the sunset was making me orange. I already forgot what I was doing. Shrimbo Jones. Shrimpo Jones? I don't know. I just saw that. I think... Okay, I think I will... Maybe I should cap it there. just for this recording, because I wanna do something real quick.
Hello, America. I'm going to be the money president.